Dudley, and welcome to our virtual Christmas light switch on for 2020, broadcasting live here from Operation Santa HQ.
That is right, we're bringing the festive fun of all our Christmas light switch on events live to you online across the whole borough and maybe even the world.
Ooh, we've got a stocking full of entertainment and season's greetings for you this evening from a whole host of people from across the borough.
We have, that goes from famous footballers to the mayor himself, and we've got plenty in store, as well as the opportunity to learn how to cook from an actual Masterchef.
That'll be me then. And it's not. And if by now your lockdown liquor cabinet is looking a little bit boring, well, we've got some incredible cocktail masterclasses coming up later as well.
And then finally, at 5 p.m, we'll be pressing this big red button right here and switching on all of the Christmas lights across the borough in one go, something that's never happened before.
We are trailblazing tonight.
Trailblazing.
Now, we're not alone in the studio this evening. We have with us Gersh from Bangor. Smash up, everybody! Super, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Normally there's a load of you doing all this drumming.
That's right,
It's weird being on your own.
I know, it's difficult times, but positive times as well. It's always Josh and Jeevan and Ryan and Jess with the Bangor Smash Up family team always with us celebrating the Christmas lights switch on.
We've been with you for a few years now, and you're always a massive draw for the public.
Yeah, absolutely, like you said, we always with yourselves, the Black Country Radio stage is always on, and it's a wonderful the House on Bid always inviting us every year. So and also it's lovely to see all the lovely, wonderful families celebrating Christmas and all the different communities coming down and combining together, and with our music. The fusion music, we're bringing people together and have a great time.
Well, we're going to have a great time tonight. Thank you for being with us. We'll come back to you later.
Absolutely.
Dan.
Question, do you like a cocktail, Matthew?
I love a cocktail.
Brilliant, well in that case, we'll start as we mean to go on. Let's head over to Hal's Owen and see what they've got for us.
Thank you, Merry Christmas Dudley. I'm Steve and I'm here from the Cocktail Bros, and we're at Talk of the Town, and we're here to show you some easy cocktails that you can make at home over the festive period. So we're going to start with a winterberry mojito, and I've got all the ingredients here. So we've got some raspberries, blackberries and blueberries, and some limes and some mint, some spiced rum just to keep it sort of festive, a bit of sugar syrup, which is optional, and then we also have some ginger ale as well. So first we're going to go with some berries straight into the glass, just like that, and then we've got a muddler here. You can use anything that you can get your hands on that's just going to sort of mash the berries and make almost sort of a puree texture. So mash up the berries and then add 4 lime wedges, 4, and muddle again. And then with the mint, you want about 8 mint leaves just picked off the stem, and you're going to slap them in your hand, which releases the oils and the flavours that it's going to make your drink taste amazing. So once you've added the mint, fill your glass about halfway with ice, just any old ice will do. And then we're going to come in with some spiced rum. So we're going to go with a double. That's about 50 ml, but feel free to sort of pour however much you like. And then with the spoon, we're going to sort of mix all the ingredients together. Try and get your spoon at the bottom of the glass just to bring all the lime and the mint up to the top. Once you've done that, guys, just add a bit more ice and then top the drink up with some ginger ale. And when you're finished, a bit of mint on the top and a lime, and there you go. You've got a winterberry mojito.
That is probably the most festive drink I think I've ever seen. Thanks, Steve. We'll be joining him later on for his second cocktail masterclass a little later on.
We will indeed. Now, look, as Christmas approaches, everybody's got one thing on their mind, and that's food. And we've already given you the perfect festive drink, and now we're going to give you the perfect festive meal as well. Masterchef winner Stuart Deeley is cooking a storm for us over in Halesowen College's kitchens. What you got for us, Stu?
Hello everybody, my name is Stuart Deeley. I'm the current Masterchef champion until there's a new one in a few weeks' time. So I'm going to be giving you a little bit of a masterclass on something that everyone has on Christmas Day, roast potatoes. So these are just red skins, Albert roasted potatoes. So all we've done is just peel them down. We're just going to take these roughly into about 4 pieces on each. And then we've just got a pan of salted water. So what we're going to do, we've gone quite generous with the salt. When you should taste the water that the potatoes are going into, and you just want it to taste almost like seawater. So we're just going to pop those into there, and then we're just going to pop these on to boil. When they come up to the boil, we're going to turn them down to a simmer. Once they're kind of tenderish, we'll show you the next step. So the potatoes have been boiled and then turned down to a simmer and just cooked out just until the potatoes are tender on the inside. So we've got a little tray or pan or cassoulet dish, whatever you want to use, with some oil, thyme, rosemary, garlic. Don't worry about seasoning because we've already seasoned the water that the potatoes were cooked in. Now what we'll do is, straight after they've been drained, we'll just toss them around like this, just to ruffle up the edges. You'll see them start to get a little bit kind of powdery on the edges, and that's what you want, because that's where the kind of crispy roast potato comes in. So you'll see that all the potatoes are starting to just get ruffled up a little bit. So what we're going to do, we're going to leave these to air dry, so as soon as the steam stops, we'll then put them into the oil. But what we're going to do with the oil, we'll put this in the oven at 210 degrees, just start to get that nice and hot. So roughly by the time these have cooled down, and by the time this is hot, we can add those in and we'll start cooking them, but we'll show you that next. So now the potatoes are cool, the steam has stopped, and the oil's hot, so you can see there's the garlic, thyme and rosemary just in there. And what we're going to do is now take this out, because what we used it for is just to infuse into the oil, because what happens if you keep it in is that the garlic and the thyme will carry on cooking, it will burn and it will become bitter, and that's not what you want. So just take that out. And then we're just going to put the roasties into there. So now we're going to put the roasties into there, and we'll just drop these back into the oven at 210, get a nice bit of colour all the way around, and then once they're coloured up we'll drop them down just so they cook through at about 170. Okay, so now we've got the roast potatoes nice and golden all the way around, so we're just going to drop in some fresh thyme just to give it a nice bit of flavour. We'll just give that a little stir around with the roasties, and then we'll just take the roasties out of the oil into a colander. So as you can see that the thyme's sizzling away. That's just going to give just a nice kind of herby freshness to the potatoes. And then all we're going to do, one side, and then we're just going to season up the potatoes just with a normal bit of salt. That just help take some of the greasiness from them as well. Just give them a little shake around, and then there's no messing about because we've got to pretend it's Christmas Day. So straight in the bowl, right, thyme on top, nice golden crispy roasties. There we go. So this is for Halesowen Bid and all the other kind of little districts. So this is the roast potatoes fit for a Christmas day.
That looked amazing. I'm really hungry now, don't know
Very
about you. Thanks so much to Stu. Now, if you didn't get a chance to note down the recipes of all our cocktails or food this evening, you can find these on the Halesowen Bid website, halesowenbid.co.uk.
You can indeed. Now, it's been a tricky time for everybody this year, and we can't all celebrate as we'd like to across the borough. However, that hasn't stopped some of you spreading some festive greetings, and here are just a small selection from some familiar faces.
Have a Boston Christmas from all of us at the Black Country T-shirt shop.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, everyone! From the Oasis Community Association.
We'd like to wish you a Happy New Year and all the best for 2021. Merry Christmas! Cheers!
Have a very Merry Christmas from the Paediatric Diabetes Specialist Nurses.
Merry Christmas, Virtual Brownies!
Hello, I'm Michelle from Panache Hair Removal and Beauty Clinic in Sedgley. I'd love to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year.
Merry Christmas from all of us at Homebugs.
And a very Merry Christmas to the Dudley Borough.
Merry Christmas, Dudley.
From the centre of the universe here in Gornal, the Gornal Together team send you best wishes for Christmas and the New Year.
Hello there, everybody! It's Dame Trot here from Funtime Theatre. My son Jack.
We'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Dudley!
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye!
Hi everyone, it's Jordan and I want to wish everyone from Dudley a very Merry Christmas. I hope everyone's staying safe. Mwah. Lots of love.
Merry Christmas, Dudley.
Daniel Podence there, taking some time away from his international debut for Portugal to wish us all a very Merry Christmas. Fantastic and wonderful to hear so many of you. So thank you so very much for sending those clips in.
Thank you indeed. It's great to hear from so many of you out there, but it wouldn't be Christmas, Matt, without hearing from the man himself.
Aha, the mayor.
No.
Oh.
No, not there, no. Father Christmas has got a very special message for all of you.
Merry Christmas everybody, and I hope you've all been staying safe. Ho, ho, ho. My elves and I have been working super hard to make sure we are ready for Christmas Eve. And don't worry children, I am a key worker and I'm able to travel all over the world to deliver all your presents to you. I will see you soon and stay safe. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
There you go, breaking news, it is now official. Santa has been declared a key worker so he can travel wherever he likes. And I've got to say, I am massively relieved about that, Dan.
Not as relieved as I am, because I put toilet rolls on my Christmas list this year, so I'm pleased to hear that he will be out and about.
Brilliant. Well, we really hope that you're enjoying our virtual switch-on show, not so much the jokes. And remember, if you're watching at home, please do get in touch by commenting below or send us a message like Terry in Stourbridge, who's messaged to say that he wants to wish everyone across the borough a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Indeed, Merry Christmas, Terry. And Sarah in Halesowen, who's messaged to say that she missed the big switch-on event in Halesowen town this year, but she loves the show and she's enjoying being warm at home, but hopes to be back in the town centre for the switch-on next year. I hope you got one of those cocktails, Sarah.
Oh, we'll come round, Sarah, in a few minutes. A huge thanks to everyone who's got in touch, and you can still message us as we count down to the big light switch-on later this evening. We have a special guest later on, as the Mayor of Dudley will be joining us for this Christmas light switch on, and he's been busy this year, even through the pandemic, and his charity appeal alongside Russell's Hall Hospital is raising money for Black Country Food Bank, Victim Support and St John's Ambulance, all of whom have supported us during the COVID crisis.
They have indeed, and if you're able to, you can make a donation by texting the word Dudley plus the amount that you'd like to donate, so something like Dudley 10 to 70450. Text costs the amount of your donation plus one standard rate message, and this service has been set up by the guys at Victim Support.
Huge thanks to everyone who has donated up till now. Before we move on, it's time we join Steve from the Cocktail Bros back in the talk of the town, Halesowen, for the next round.
again and welcome back, guys. We're going to make an old fashioned now, which is a whiskey based cocktail. We're going to use two different types of bitters here, Angostura and orange. You can buy those at Amazon or any online website, it's pretty easy. So you want to put 3 dashes of Angostura bitters into the glass, followed by 2 dashes of orange, and that's your base. And then we're going to use some sugar syrup. You can make this at home pretty easily. It's 2 parts caster sugar and 1 part boiling water. Just stir it down and let it cool, and you've got some sugar syrup. So we're going to put a shot of sugar syrup straight into the glass. And then we're going to add a double shot of whiskey as well. So we're using Jim Beam here. Any sort of bourbon works fine. You can also use Irish whiskey if you want as well. So there's a double in there. And then fill your glass with ice. And then you want to stir. So stir in old fashioned. The longer you stir it, the more it sort of dilutes, which is what you want. So I recommend about 40 seconds to a minute of stirring, but you know if you want it stronger, stir for 30 seconds. So. When you're done stirring, guys, just garnish it with some orange, and that's how you drink it, just like that. So sip it, enjoy, and have a great Christmas, guys. Thank you.
Beautiful. The perfect festive tipple. That's great stuff. Thank you, Steve. Now, Talk of the Town in Halesowen is just one of the many small businesses across the region that we're all working together to promote. And next weekend, on the 28th and 29th of November, Dudley Council and Funtime Theatre are presenting Jack and the Beanstalk, but Dudley style.
Oh, no, they're not.
Oh, yes, they are.
Superb. This is a free panto for families to access by visiting dudley.gov.uk. To register for tickets, you will be then sent a link to Zoom the whole show. The panto is sponsored by Dudley Business First to promote Small Business Saturday, which is on the 5th of December, and the pantomime will tell the traditional story of Jack and the Beanstalk whilst reminding audiences to shop and buy local.
And not only are virtual pantomimes now a thing, you can also go to the virtual Christmas market that Dudley Council has launched to support small businesses ahead of Small Business Saturday on the 5th of December. Many businesses have had to close their doors again to prevent the spread of coronavirus, so this supports local retailers whilst giving you the opportunity to purchase unique decorations and gifts.
What an opportunity that will be. And you can visit the virtual market by following the link in the caption or by making a note of the address below. And lastly, the Dudley Performing Arts Service is looking for people to join the finale of their borough-wide online Christmas concert. The concert will be streamed live on Facebook, but they need you to get involved.
And if you want to get involved, all you need to do is send a video of yourself singing Slade's Christmas classic, Merry Christmas Everybody. One of your favourites?
One of my favourites.
Beautiful. You can find out more online at dudley.gov.uk.
We've been so lucky to have so many of you offering their support for this virtual switch on this year. And we've also been lucky to have some performing arts groups who have been there to keep us entertained right through the pandemic.
That's right, and one of those groups is the incredible Startime Variety, who are based right here in the Black Country, and they've been kind enough to share this performance with us this evening.
On the first week of Panto, Startime gave to me a script full of hilarious scenes.
On the second week of Panto, Startime gave to me
a top-class double act and a script full of hilarious scenes.
In the third week of Panto, Startime gave to me a prince and his knight,
a top-class double act and a script full of hilarious scenes.
On the fourth week of Panto, Startime gave to me the princess and her pal, a prince and his knight,
a top-class double act and a script full of hilarious scenes.
On the fifth week of Panto, Startime gave to me 5 dancing queens.
Santa pal,
Prince and his knight,
a top-class double act,
and a script full of hilarious scenes.
On the 6th week of Panto, start time gave to me royal family jewels,
5 dancing queens, the princess and her pal,
Prince and his knight,
a top-class double act,
and a script full of hilarious scenes.
On the 7th week of Panto, start time gave to me witches brewing potions, royal family jewels,
5 dancing queens, the princess and her pal,
Prince and his knight,
a top-class double act,
and a script full of hilarious scenes.
On the 8th week of Panto, start time gave to me a henchman being hunted,
witches brewing potions, royal family jewels,
5 dancing queens, the princess and her pal,
Prince and his knight,
a top-class double act,
and a script full of hilarious scenes.
On the 9th week of Panto, start time gave to me chorus superstar, a henchman being hunted,
witches brewing potions, royal family jewels,
5 dancing queens, the princess and her pal,
Prince and his knight,
a top-class double act,
and a script full of hilarious scenes.
On the 10th week of Panto, start time gave to me 10 tricky dance moves
for a superstar,
a henchman being hunted,
witches brewing potions, royal family jewels,
5 dancing queens, the princess and her pal,
Prince and his knight,
a top-class double act,
and a script full of hilarious scenes.
On the 11th week of Panto, start time gave to me 11 songs for singing,
10 tricky dance moves
for a superstar,
a henchman being hunted,
witches brewing potions, royal family jewels,
5 dancing queens, the princess and her pal,
Prince and his knight,
a top-class double act,
and a script full of hilarious scenes.
On the 12th week of Panto, start time gave to me 12 rave reviews, 11 songs for singing,
10 tricky dance moves
for a superstar,
a henchman being hunted,
witches brewing potions, royal family jewels,
5 dancing queens, the princess and her pal,
Prince and his knight,
a top-class double act,
and a script of hilarious scenes.
We are getting very close now to the final countdown, but we do have just a little more time for some of your messages. Carl from Sedgley wants to wish everyone across Dudley a very festive evening and a very Merry Christmas. Cheers. Is his
Cheers,
message.
Carl.
Thank you, Carl.
And also Ranj and his family in Halesowen want to wish their families and friends a very Merry Christmas with lots of virtual hugs and kisses, not actual ones.
No.
Merry Christmas, guys.
And finally, a message from Claire in King Swinford, who wants to wish everyone a very happy Christmas and is already on her second winter berry mojito.
Second, whereas
I haven't had one at all, but there we go. Thank you, Claire.
Great, all those festive messages bring us on nicely to our next segment, which comes from Life Central Church in Halesowen.
Hi, I'm Leon Evans, the lead pastor at Life Central Church, and we want to wish you a happy Christmas. And we'd love to share with you the opening section from our 2018 Christmas production. We hope you enjoy.
You wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything
If you enjoyed that, you can find the whole production on our YouTube channel, Life Central Church UK. And we would love to invite you to this year's online Christmas experience, which will be on December the 20th, 10, 4 or 7 in the evening. And there will be music like you've just seen and so much more. It will help get you in the Christmassy mood. Take care.
That was amazing. We feel much more festive in the studio now.
We certainly do. And let's bring on a very special guest now into the studio. Please welcome the Mayor of Dudley, Councillor David Stanley. Good evening.
Good evening.
This is unusual. How's this virtual lockdown been for you then? How do you think it's gone?
Well, it's been quite different, of course.
Yes.
Not able to do the engagements I normally do. And the reason I'm here today is to turn the lights on for the whole of the borough, where normally it's done individually for each town centre. That's not possible, of course, this time. And of course, necessarily, it's just a matter of having the privilege and pleasure to meet up with you guys today to be here, to do it in one go, to turn the lights on all in one go.
Well, fingers crossed we'll be in a better position next year. So,
I
Mr.
hope
Mayor,
so.
it leaves us with only one more responsibility. This big red button.
Yes.
It's down to you to press this. So, we're going to do a 10-second countdown so everybody at home can join in as well. We'll start that countdown in 3, 2, 1.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Long lay the world in sin and never pining till he appeared, and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoicing for yonder brings, and you in glorious morn fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angels' voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine, oh, night divine, thank you.
Thank you very much for being part of this across the Borough of Dudley. Have a fantastic time wherever you are, whoever you're with. And from all of us here in the studio, Merry Christmas!